Hey YouTube, Southwest252 here with another video. This time I'll be reviewing the Gemini 200 Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Canyon Blue retro livery. Before I get into the review, I would just like to say I'd really appreciate it if you could check out my Instagram. The link for that is in the description below. As always, I'll show you the box first. So you do have the standard Gemini 200 logo top left corner, Southwest banner with the heart font livery on the front. Then you've got the computer-generated image of this aircraft. The registration of this aircraft is November 872 Charlie Bravo. Boeing 737 MAX 8. The item number for this model is G2SWA1217, 1/200 scale die-cast model aircraft. On the bottom of the box, you've got the standard magnetic fitting. You've got inside the flap, you've got your stand, and of course, there's where the model would be, replacement gear up mode in there. You've got the left side of the box, Gemini 200, 1/200 scale die-cast model. Item number again, Boeing 737 MAX 8. On the top of the box, it does say adult collectible model. Warning, contains small parts, unsuitable for children under 14 years of age. The right side is the same as the left side, and on the back, you have the standard just black box, the as well as it gets features, which you can pause and read. Officially licensed Boeing and Southwest product, 2023 Gemini Jets release. Also, don't forget to check out the Gemini Jets social media. And that is all for the box. Now for the model. I do want to say right at the start, this model is pretty fantastic. There's two very small things that I'll mention in the review. But overall, I do think this is a very good model. But at the front of the aircraft, you do have the nose cone painted on there. Now, you have the pitot tubes, although this is the first thing I wanted to mention. The second pitot tube should be above that black dot underneath this pitot tube. It's not painted on there, so it's a very slight quality control issue. Nothing too major, but they did miss out on that. You have the cockpit windows up there at the front. You've got the Colleen Barrett sticker at the front there beneath the cockpit windows. Then you have the nose gear, does say 872, that's the fleet number of the aircraft, and ETOPS. Again, all the gears are rubber and do roll. The nose gears doesn't really want to turn. I know the 737NG does. I'm not sure if the MAX is supposed to, or if it's just stuck on this one, or if it's not designed to. But honestly, I don't really care about if it turns or not. You have the L1 door there. You've got your passenger windows. You've got the canyon blue on the top, the red on the bottom with the gold sheet line down the middle. You've got your details on top there as well. You've got the beacon light. You've got your antenna on top there. You have your overwing emergency exit and escape routes painted on the wings there. You've got your red flap fairings, the winglets, the AT winglet. It's not really focusing on the outside one. I'll try and get it over here. Everything about this winglet's done correctly. It's a little bit different from the 737-700 and 800, but that's a Southwest thing, not a Gemini Jets thing. So Gemini Jets has done a good job replicating it. You have the red flat fairings in the back. You have your engines. In the front there, you've got your the kind of chevron design in the back. The different colors, all the details. And here's the inside view of the engines, just like other Gemini 200 737s. These engines do spin. Then you move again towards the back. You have a Wi-Fi dome on top, another antenna towards the back. At the rear door, you do have the registration, which again is November 872 Charlie Bravo. Above the door, you have your fleet number and ETOPS again. Then the Canyon Blue Southwest tail with the American flag on it. And then the right side is identical to the left, just with the addition of the cargo and luggage doors. They're in the front above that antenna, and then they're in the back, kind of to the bottom right of the registration. So here is the front view of this aircraft. Here is the right side. Here's the rear view. Here's the left side. Here's the top view. And here is the bottom. So again, the main gear and nose gears can be removed and replaced for gear up mode. But the gear down mode, all the gears rubber do roll. The front one, at least on mine, isn't turning. Again, like I said, I'm not sure if the mold allows it to turn or not. You do have a stand hole in the middle there underneath your wings there view. You have your other two antennas. You do have a Gemini Jets logo there as well. Then you move towards the back, you've got another antenna, tail scraper, doors to the APU itself all the way in the back. And also the other thing I wanted to point out is that on the left main gear, you probably can't tell from the video, but I guess what is supposed to be the gear door on the outside, it's just a little too thick. You can kind of see it there, so it's kind of touching the outside. So the gear doesn't properly sit all the way in, so it does the wheel does kind of slant back a little bit when it's on, when I place it down. So that is also just another small quality control thing that I think Gemini Jets could have done better at. It doesn't ruin the model, but you can see when it's sat down, the gear is kind of bent backwards a little bit. So not ideal, but not the worst thing, I suppose. So for those minor quality control issues, I'm only going to take off 0.5 point combined. So this model is still great. I would recommend it. So this will be getting a score of 29.5 out of 30. And that's going to be it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to my channel if you're new. And once again, I would really appreciate it if you could check out my Instagram. The link for that is in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Bye.
We would like to point out the safety features of this Boeing 737-700 series aircraft. You're looking at the Southwest Airlines bestseller. It's a safety information card. It's in the seat pocket in front of you. It works as a fan for no extra charge. You're welcome. And it reads as a comic book. It has a lot of short stories. None of them ends well. Absolutely.